Okay, good morning, everyone. This is today's assessment and guidance for chapter 29 of your book. So these are the answers and the guidance to go through them. I'm just going to put the little pen tool on here. So the first one, you just had to determine which of these shapes here were a cylinder, a cone, a prism, a pyramid, and a solid. So the answers are straightforward here. If you know that is B is a cone. Then we've got here, we've got this is E, which is an other solid. This star is A and C. It can be a cylinder or it can be a prism. E is another solid, and the final one can be A and C. I'm going to go down this way in the page now, just to go through the answers. I know in the book it's got different numbers, so just make a note over here. This is volume of the pool is 5.2 meters cubed. The area of the pool is 4 meters squared. So all you got to do is, you know the answer, 5.2. You divide it by the 4 meters squared and you get 1.3 meters, because it's asking for the height of the pool there. Okay, question 6 over here. These are multiplication and division questions. Now pay attention as to whether it's meters squared or meters in the answer, all right? So 8 times 4 is 32 meters squared. When you times an m by an m, you get meters squared, all right? In this one here, you'll notice, look, it's 24 meters cubed divided by 3 meters, and the answer is meters squared. So when you divide meters cubed by an m, it's a bit like saying m3 minus an m is 2m, yeah? So they are the answers there for number 6. Number 7, it's basically giving you 3 figures, 1 meter long, 40 centimeters wide, and 40 centimeters high. Pay attention to the units. What we've done here is it's asking for liters, all right? So it's just converted here. 1 meter is 10 decimeters, 40 centimeters is 4 decimeters, and 40 centimeters high is 4 decimeters. So it's made it the same unit, and that's 160 liters. Because remember, a decimeter is the same as a liter. And the final question here, storage space is 40 by 20 by 20. What is it in cubic meters? So remember, you just convert this. So 40 decimeters is the same as 4 meters. 20 decimeters is the same as 2 meters here. And 20 decimeters high is the same as 2 here. 4 times 2 times 2 is 16 meters cubed. Okay, I've done a lot of writing on this now, so I'm just going to move up a bit onto the next page. This is about surface area. So what you've got to do is work out the area of each of the faces on this shape. Now, there are 6 faces on this shape, okay? And there are 2 each side. So this one here I've highlighted in red is 4, okay, times 2 high, isn't it? So 4 times 2 is this one. But there's one at the back as well, all right? So you've got to do 2 times 4 times 2 is 16. That's that answer. Next is the top bit. So this top one here and below it, underneath there, is also 4 times 2, and there's 2 of them, which is 16 centimeters. And then the sides here as well. This is 2 times 2, and over here you've got 2 times 2 as well, and that's 8 centimeters. So you should have got 40 centimeters squared for that one. This is a straightforward work out the volume. 8 times 4 times 5 is 160 centimeters cubed. Then you've got to convert them down here. Now, what you'll notice, if you remember, when we're working with meters squared, if we're going this way, if I do the arrow there, okay, we times by 100. All right, this is a really bad pen, but we times by 100. And if we go the other way, over here, we divide by 100, okay? Divide by 100, all right? So we just use that principle to work out each of these. What's 0.6 meters squared in decimeters squared? Well, you're going from, here's your meters squared here, and you're going to decimeters. So what you're going to do is you're going to times, you're going that way, all right? You make it bigger. You're going to times by 100, all right? So it's 0.6 times 100, Move it 2 decimal places, the decimal point, and you get 60 decimeters squared. All right. Next one, 6 decimeters squared into centimeters. So again, you're just going to times that by 100, aren't you? Because it's going from decimeters squared to centimeters. It's going that way, isn't it? So again, it would be times 100. Okay, over there. Let's see some going the other way. All right, this one is 90 centimeters squared, and it's going to decimeters. All right, so it's going from centimeters to decimeters. This time it's going that way, isn't it? The arrow's going that way because it's going from centimeters to decimeters. So this time we divide by 100, okay, because it's going to the left, you divide by 100. When it's going to the right, you times by 100. So you move it 2 decimal places and 90 becomes 0.9 decimeters. So there, the answer's there. Now, meters cubes, a bit different. On this one, remember, when we use meters cubed, because it's bigger than the meters squared, this time we actually times, if we're going to go, I'll give you an example, 4 meters cubed there to decimeters there. So it's going to the right, all right? So we times by 1,000, okay? So 4 times 1,000 is 4,000, all right? There's the other answers here as well. 0.5 times that by 1,000, it's 500. Let's find one going the other way. So this 5 centimeters cubed to decimeters. So the centimeters is here, the decimeter is here. It's going this way, isn't it? So remember here, we divide by 1,000. Okay, sorry, my pen is a bit jumpy, but that should read divide by 1,000, which means we move the decimal point there 3 places. Think about the 3 zeros. That'll tell you the number of places that we should move it. So it's actually gone from 5 to 0.005, and there the answers there. Okay, have a look at them and mark them. Next page are calculator exercises. So if you remember when it's got this, this is like these little 3 at the top here. If I zoom in, hang on, let me get off here. 2 to the power of 3 basically means 2 times 2 times 2. This little 3 here tells you how many times you times that number together. So if you do 2 times 2 times 2, it's 8. This one's 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. Okay, and same for the rest really. You look at the little number, and that's how many times you do the big number. It means to the power of. Okay, so you multiply it, and there's an example up there as well that you can see. All right, next one, there are the answers, is calculate the difference between the numbers. So first you've got to work out the answers here. Okay, 3 to the power of 3 minus 2 to the power of 3. So that's going to be 19. And then this one's 4 to the power of 3 minus 3 to the power of 3 is 37. In this box, you just simply do 37 minus 19. Okay, same for this box here. You do 61 minus 37 is 24. And that will mean over here, you do the same thing. You find the difference between the 2 boxes. Okay, 24 minus 18 is 6. 30 minus 24 is 6. And your answer should be as shown there. Question 5. Now, this is a block here, all right? And it's saying it's going to chop it 3 ways. It's going to, first of all, chop the length in half that way. And then it's going to chop the height that way, okay? And then it's going to chop it along the back as well, okay? So it's going to be chopped in basically into 8 different cubes, all right? So 400 divided by 8 is 50. And it's the same for the other one. 360 chopped into those pieces would be 45. 360 divided by 8 is 45. This one, you're doubling it. So all you got to do is times it by 8. The length, width, and height are double those in the picture. So you times it by 8 there, times it by 8 there as well. These are straightforward multiplication questions, some division ones there as well. Pay attention as to your answers, whether it was centimeters cubed or centimeters squared. Okay, so they're going down here. And this is working out a flower box. Now pay attention, it asks for 2 flower boxes. So it's 80 times 50 times 40. They've converted it to decimeters here because remember 1 decimeter is the same as a litre. So your answer there should be 320. And this is a swimming pool. It's 25 meters long, 8 meters wide, and 2 meters deep. How many cubic meters is it? 25 times 8 times 2 is 400 meters cubed. Okay, so that is your assessment and guidance for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll leave you to it.